I want to talk about Spider-Man. The new movie coming out because you guys, can you see it? We're all good there.
Yep,
so
we all see it.
there's Brian can't see it, but he's going to hear me. He's going to hear me read. So basically, one of the impetuses for this podcast was Tim and me were talking about Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is about to come out on December 17th, and there is all of this drama and really, really good promotion that has nothing to do with the movie, almost at all. And that's kind of the best part for me. Should we do spoilers? We're going to do a technical. If you do not want to know anything to do with what's going to come up with the new Spider-Man No Way Home film, you might want to skip this segment. We'll hopefully have markers in there so you know to skip past this.
We'll have like a little marker that says spoiler alert coming up.
Yes.
Up ahead.
So there's been we know that Spider-Man is introducing the multiverse, and there is a lot of, let's say, chatter that we're going to not just see Tom Holland, but we're also going to see Tobey Maguire.
Best Spider-Man.
Yeah. And we're going to see Andrew Garfield.
Brett likes that one. Boo.
It's not that. I still find the Raimi movies to be far superior, but I think that Andrew Garfield is a fantastic actor. And that was actually a joke that we heard. Is like, because Tobey Maguire has been kind of silent on it, but Andrew Garfield has been issuing these really hilarious denials that he's in the movie. And there's a lot of screenshots and everything that kind of prove that they're definitely going with multiple Spider-Mans. It goes along with having Alfred Molina's Doc Ock in the movie. So he wouldn't be from Peter's his universe. He would be from another universe, so that makes sense. And so not only that, but the promotion that they're doing is freaking fantastic, because this article from CBR, which I was looking for a way to kind of implement Spider-Man into the discussion today, because these trailers have been out for a while now, but it says Spider-Man fans celebrate No Way Home ticket pre-sales amid numerous app crashes. So people trying to pre-order for the movie, get tickets in advance, crash the system and not on multiple ticket sites. So this is from John Arvidon. I don't read as much from CBR. So it says Spider-Man fans are celebrating landing their No Way Home tickets early as numerous online ticketing services struggle to keep up with demand. Tickets are now on sale for Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures' Spider-Man No Way Home, and those who managed to web up their tickets are celebrating. I Got Them is currently trending on Twitter as fans bask in the glory of getting their No Way Home tickets, especially as numerous online ticketing services struggle to keep up with the demand. Most notably, Fandango appears to be suffering major server issues. That's incredible. In pandemic era, where like movies and everything, the theaters have suffered like badly.
They did.
We went and saw quite a few movies lately, and very few of them are doing. They might make a quarter of what they were making in the past, but they're saying that No Way Home is going to be the first $1 billion movie of the pandemic era. I don't know if that's possible. I mean, globally, yeah. I don't know if I don't think it could ever make $1 billion US, but globally it will definitely break $1 billion. I know James Bond just crossed over 900 million worldwide. So I'm not sure if I'm more excited about the movie or if I'm just really excited about the fact that the advertising for this movie has been so good and done in such a unique way.
I think the advertising might hype up more people to like it more. Because
we watch trailers more than we do just about anything else. Like, that's like a big thing. We talk a lot about movie trailers.
That's true. How many trailers did they drop for this movie?
I think this is the third one. I'm not 110% sure if it's like I think it's the final full length one. They said that there's probably going to be at least a couple more TV spots. And I know that there was arguments between Sony and Marvel Pictures about wanting to release the images of Tobey and Andrew Garfield in like the trailer material, because Sony wants that money. This is really their project. They've basically leased Spider-Man out to Marvel, so they want that money no matter what. And I think it's good. Like, if they hold off on it, I think most of us know anyways, right? This is like the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Yeah,
it really is. So. I know for a fact we'll probably all be seeing that opening night.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's rare in this day and age. Like, for movies to be that must see.
Well, sure, but I think what we're seeing here is just being cooped up for the last 2 years, right?
That's true.
And not really seeing a lot of movies come out that's really worthwhile taking that risk and jump. But I'm telling you, man, I am really excited to go back to the movie theater, especially the Alamo, where I would go. It's just the whole experience of going to the movies it's something you really don't get just watching movies at home.
Yeah.
So,
and that's been a problem. I mean, like one of the big issues with a lot of the DC releases this year is they do what's called day and date releases, meaning that they release them in theaters as well as on HBO Max.
Yeah.
And we have like big TVs here in this house to watch. It's just not the same.
It's
It
not.
really isn't the same for me. It's a completely different experience. And what I mentioned earlier was like why I love escapist entertainment. The best way to do that is to immerse yourself in what you're doing completely, and that's at the movie theater.
Oh, absolutely. With the surround sound, big screen,
That's
nice
true.
couches, and the food service is.
Wait, do you think that it's going to change the whole dynamic? Because, like, I passed by a movie theater, I think Saturday, nearby, like, the fancier part of the area that we live in, and, like, they still do 6 feet apart, and you must wear a mask. Unlike the movie theater that we went to where they don't require it, but this one does. Do you think it's going to change it because, like, they have sold out all tickets? So do you think they're going to pack all the movie theaters or no?
They'll pack them in, I think.
I think they will. It depends on where you're at, especially with this new variant coming out.
We went to Warehouse, like one of the theaters around here, and there was no, at least as far as I could understand, there was no separation of seating.
Yeah, it's not the same in Virginia, or at least where I'm at. They won't separate.
So,
And so-
but I think it just proves people are willing to risk it.
Yeah,
People
especially
are
if it's
willing
gonna
to
be
risk it.
If it's going to be a movie that we think is going to be very, entertaining.
I think it looks really good. Like, if they can pull it off how they did it with the Spider-Verse. Like, I know that's an animated series,
Yeah.
but I feel like they can pull it off because Sony can pull off more than Marvel could.
I am more excited about most of Sony's movies these days than I am with Marvel. For my own personal reasons, I have my own issues with Marvel and Disney, but I am more excited about Morbius than I am about most of the other Marvel movies.
Morbius looks really good. Have you seen the trailer for that?
I have not.
Brian? Oh, you must see it. It's like really good. If you really like horror and like you're also a comic book fan, like this is really good.
It reminds me of like early 2000s comic book movies, like as if they made Ben Affleck's Daredevil actually good.
Oh,
No shade at Ben Affleck, he's my favorite Batman. Fight me on that one. I do think there are things to be concerned about with the movie. One is that I think that it was rushed, meaning that this was supposed to come out after Multiverse of Madness, after Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and they pushed it up. I'm worried about that because like they're introducing the multiverse elements in Spider-Man with Doctor Strange, but it would have made more sense if Doctor Strange had come out first.
yeah.
And then the multiverse is already an established factor.
That's true because there is like ongoing online theories about like why Doctor Strange is dressed up in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, but I won't go into it because it takes a little bit too long. But there is a theory for it, so I do agree with you. Like they should have done the Doctor Strange movie first and then the Spider-Man movie. But you don't know, maybe it might change it. But they did like the Venom movie kind of did spoil the Spider-Man movie at the end credit scene.
Not spoiled, but it links them together now.
Well, like there was like rumors that was going on, and then all of a sudden like Venom came out, which like Brett and I, we're not really into that new Venom movie. It was kind of meh.
I loved the first Venom movie.
I do too. I like
I
the
loved
first
the
one.
first Venom movie. My issues with the second Venom movie were more I felt like the Venom character didn't need to have a tragic backstory, and I thought Naomi Harris, who was a fantastic actress, was miscast as.
That's true.
Yeah, so.
But I'm still excited for this movie. Like this movie's gonna basically be really great, and I do hope that everything's gonna come back to normal because of it.
I would like to see, like, if that signals a boost in movies, in tickets again, because I think we're going to see a fundamental change in how movies are produced financially. If they can't expect for these movies to make $1 billion, we're going to see, hopefully, lower budget movies, less amount of energy focused on the money put into CGI, and spend more of a smaller budget on good storytelling
There we go.
in a more
Yep.
condensed space. One more issue that I have with this movie is it might have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 syndrome and Raimi Spider-Man 3 syndrome, meaning way too many villains.
That's true.
There's a strong possibility that characters get lost
Right.
in this. Like, they'll feel underdeveloped. Like, it's going to be fan service for the sake of fan service, which is good if it's done in the right way. But with that many characters, it could just feel rushed.
Mhm.
Like there's too much condensed into one film that it just doesn't work. I don't know what the runtime is on this movie, but with what have we got? We've got Doc Ock, we've got
Green
Electro,
Goblin.
we've got Green Goblin, Electro. Who else? Is it
Sandman, I believe.
Yeah. So already
Venom
there.
is going to be there too.
Man, are they going to bring back Willem Dafoe on this one?
Who's that one?
Green Goblin.
He's Green Goblin.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be in it for sure. Because I love him as Green Goblin. That was
He's just
so
a good
great.
actor all the way around.
Defoe's awesome. The other issue, the major issue, rewrites in the middle of shooting, always a bad sign. This one, I worry less about it because Marvel does a pretty good job of streamlining their productions. So I don't know how much of that is Sony wanting rewrites and how much of that is Marvel. It could be rewrites for the sake of continuity, meaning that they have to make sure it fits within the timeline of Doctor Strange. So they had to scramble to fix all that stuff. So we'll see how much of that is because it was bad writing or they felt like something didn't work or if it's just merely logistical. So,
or maybe it could be a whole conspiracy theory because like there's that new movie Wanda into what's the title for that new Wanda movie that they're going to do? Oh, never mind.
Not her TV show?
Not the TV show. It's like a movie that they're going to do after Doctor Strange.
Because that would have to be farther down the line, though.
But,
I mean, don't they already have all of Phase 4 planned out?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And I'm not the biggest, that's the funny thing, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but I'm extremely excited about this movie.
That's the Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be connected to Doctor Strange, apparently.
That makes sense. I mean, the power-wise, that makes sense. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, but as far as level of power that those characters have, they work well in the same universe. So
I just don't know. Because I know you didn't like Infinity War that much.
I loved Infinity War. I was not a huge fan of Endgame.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Loved Infinity. Endgame was just a little bit. I think they bit off more than they could chew, and I'm always weary of time travel storylines in any movie. Another thing is like they want to make Tom Holland like the Robert Downey Jr. of Marvel now.
Oh.
Like they're talking about because he's been there for quite a while now. Spider-Man is easily Marvel's most bankable, lovable character.
He's very popular in Japan because they love that young aspect.
Yep.
Of the character.
They want him to grow up and be adult Peter Parker. So because he can still play young. Tom Holland's in his mid-20s, but he's still playing a high schooler in these movies. But they want him to grow into that role and do more.
Oh.
So that was an interview with one of the Russo brothers. Was talking about that, and that was who directed Endgame and Infinity War. They did they did Civil War and they did Winter Soldier.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but have they already incorporated Deadpool and the X-Men into
No, not
Marvel?
yet.
Not
It's
yet.
going to be a part of...
I kind of figured that they would at some point.
That'll happen. It'll be interesting to see how they try and fit Deadpool, because Deadpool just doesn't work for me in a PG-13 environment. I don't know if they'll make exceptions for that.
Probably not.
So it's weird. There's a possibility that they might do it through, because they purchased Disney owns Sony. Like it's not called 20th Century Fox anymore. It's called 20th Century Studios.
Right.
I don't know if they'll put it under that banner, but likely not. They'll want to incorporate it into the MCU, so they won't want to use a secondary production company because you lose name recognition.
Yeah.
There. So